got a question for you. I said, I got a question for you. If you were not watching everything I did and everything I do, if you wasn't listening to everything that I say, and I'm not talking about on YouTube, if you weren't doing any of those things, then how do you know what I do? And how do you know the things that I say? You see, once I just really got fed up, because all of the things that were taking place, it wasn't stopping. A lot of you all just kept going. Some of you decided to stop, and I saw that. Quite a few of you decided, you came to your senses and decided you wasn't going to be with the bullshit anymore. But I just find it funny that before I started the YouTube, but I had put it out there that I was going to let everyone know in the whole entire world what has been going on, then everyone who has been involved started reaching out. But they're not reaching out to tell me what was going on. They're not reaching out for those reasons. It's like they just started coming around. It's more of they started coming around more so to distract me from putting information out there. But I know that people are listening, and I know that people know what I do because of the conversations and the things that people say when they are around me. And I will give you an example. I was talking to my boss, and this was like a couple weeks ago. I was talking to my boss, and I was telling her, I was just having a casual conversation with her, and I can't even remember what the conversation was about. But I do know that one of the things I said was, you know, one of the reasons why I only had one father for both my children, so both my kids, I only have two kids, both of them have the same dad. And so I told her that, you know, I purposely wanted to make sure my kids had the same father because I knew how it was to grow up in a household where individuals have different dads. And if one person knew who their dad was, and maybe the other person didn't, or maybe if one person's dad treated them better than the other sibling's dad, or whatever the case may be, that caused a lot of friction between your siblings. Typically, maybe your half siblings or step siblings, whatever the case may be. But I told her, you know, I didn't want my kids to have, you know, different dads because I didn't want them feeling some type of way about each other, and one taking their anger and their issues out on the other sibling who does know their dad and whose dad is, you know, in their life, so to speak. So I was talking to my boss about that. Like I said, I can't remember exactly how we got on that subject or that conversation. But then later, maybe I want to say a couple days later, I'm talking to my aunt, and I don't know, I can't even remember what she was talking about, but somehow she inserted in the conversation, you know, some people, you know, they have the same dad for their children, and then she goes to say, who gives a shit, you know, what you want, a cookie, you want a cookie because the father of your kids is the same for both. And I'm just kind of like, wow, I find it to be crazy that she pretty much piggybacked off of a conversation that I had with someone else, somewhere else completely. And she found the need to insert that into the conversation. And the thing is, they would insert these comments into a conversation that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. It would have, but they want so bad to make me feel some type of way, like who I am or what I do is not a big deal. It's, yeah, I'm not significant. I'm not relevant, and so what, kind of thing. It's just, they really try to make it seem like it's nothing special about you or the things that you are proud of. And it's not things that you're gloating about. It's not anything that you are, rubbing in anybody's face. It's just simple decisions that you've made, and you may have your own reasons of why you have made those decisions, but they feel the need to what is the word? They feel the need to downgrade, the decisions that you made. So I just thought that was really funny. I thought that it was funny, like how quite a few people just started coming out the woodworks, like people want to meet up, people want to talk, and I don't want to anymore. When I wanted the truth and when I wanted people to come forward with what was going on, no one said anything. They just kept playing in my face. They just kept doing what they were doing. And so when I decided to expose all of what was going on, now people want to meet up. They want to know, what are you doing on this day? Are you available? Or they want to give me a call and have, conversations to pretty much deter me from what I'm doing. And I see it. I see what is going on. And right now I have my phone on do not disturb. I don't want to be bothered by any of it, because like I said, I've given people the opportunity several times to come forward with what was going on and what was being done. They know what was being done to me. They know about all the gang stalking and all of the hindrance that they put forth. I'm going to tell you, like, one of the things that I'm really having an issue with is I never really had an issue with working. My work ethic is on point. Like, I don't have a problem getting 1, 2, 3, 4 jobs at a time just to take care of my kids. I'm not on child support, Section 8. And this is something, like, by me saying this, like, if I'm saying I'm not on child support, Section 8, I'm not receiving any type of government assistance, somebody out the woodworks is going to talk about, well, so what? What, you think you're better than us? You think you're better? I'm not saying that I'm better or not. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just telling you, I'm elaborating on the fact that the lack of help that I'm receiving, I have very little to none is what I'm saying. I'm also trying to break down the fact that I am willing to work and take care of my family, but for some reason, I would get an interview, go to a second interview, I would be well qualified for positions, and the interviewers would talk about, what, I'm going to give you a call. Yeah, I think you would be a great fit. And the next thing you know, you don't hear from them. Or you are more like, or they may say, oh, well, we felt like the energy it changes, and it changes and it shifts completely. And so trying to find an extra job to take care of my family, because it's just me and my kids. And so trying to find an extra job like I would usually do, just a simple part-time position to help me, that's been challenging. Because with people having access to your data, your information, your email accounts, it's a small town, and I haven't even told all of what is going on within the small town. I still haven't gotten around to those details, but I will go more further into it. But this is a town where everyone knows everyone for the most part. Everyone knows you in some kind of way. And I actually have a pretty big family. And so I don't doubt that people do not know who I am. And then, a lot of people grew up together now. Like I said, I'll elaborate on this more, but I live in an area where there's a lot of military bases, but people come and go, and you still have certain individuals who have been here their whole life. And I am unfortunately one of those individuals that have been here, but I'm dying to leave. I'm dying to find a way out, because it's almost like my growth has been stagnant. And like I said, I just find it kind of funny how what I was able to do before, the energy has shifted, and now that I can't do it now. Like now everything has just been a hindrance, and that's definitely what they wanted. They don't want me to be better. They want to see me down and out, and they don't want me to be able to take care of myself and my kids. I'm a very independent person. They don't want me to be that either. They want me to contact them and beg for help and do all these things to show that I'm not as great of a person that I think I am. I'm not as great of a person that other people may think I am. That's the picture that they would like to paint. They want to see me down in the worst way. And at the end of the day, I know how people want me to be, and I know how people would like to see me, but it is ultimately up to God, who has the final say in how things are going to go. And what needs to happen is people really need to stop trying to play God in other people's lives. Stop trying to play God in other people's lives. Let them live. Let them be who they want to be with no interruptions. Let them grind, hustle the way they want with no one trying to stop them. People need to stay in their own lane. If you're not the solution, you're the problem. A problem that only you can resolve, a problem only God can resolve. But what needs to happen is a lot of people need to get their life together and leave other people who are trying to live their life, who are trying to take it to the next level. Leave them alone. People that live around me, because like I said, I've lived here my whole life. My family has been here. Some family have moved away, and friends have moved away. And it's like the ones that you actually want to be around are the ones that aren't here. And you're just like, wow, like I wish that I could do the same. I want to be able to do the same. Let me figure out how I can do the same. And you try to think of different ways, and you try to, save your money and put in work, and it just doesn't for some reason, it doesn't come as easy for others to make moves the way they may want to make moves to get out of a situation that they did not ask to be in. A situation that has been caused by others around them based on how others feel about them. People with intentions that are not good. And so I just think that's crazy how if I wasn't being watched or listened to, then how would people know what's going on? Why are people trying to come out of the woodworks and meet with me and text me and call me? And because like I said, I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to anybody at this point. I only want to talk to people who don't know exactly what's going on. I only want to reveal and expose what's really going on. And I'm not trying to play victim. I don't like to play a victim role. I don't have a victim mentality. I just want people to leave me alone. If you're not going to help, if you just plan on trying to hinder and harm me the way that you've been trying to, all you have to do is leave me alone. Just simply walk away. But people become so obsessed with trying to tear people down and stop them from elevating. I have come a long way. People have watched, the people in this area have watched how far I've come from when I was a little girl up until today. And, you know, they didn't think that I would be someone that would pretty much, you know, be stable. And they didn't think that I would be someone who would be able to take care of my kids. They thought the worst of me. Even when I was a teenager, they thought the worst of me. And each time I have proved people wrong, and I'm going to continue to do that. But I just wanted to get that off my chest, that is the evidence of what I say is brought upon the people that are around me. They prove that when I say, I think you're watching, or I think you're listening, they prove to me that they actually are by what they say and what they do to me. And they're not going to stop. And this is why I want to leave. And I know that I said in my prior video that I don't want anyone to share, like, or subscribe. But I do, because if that's going to help me build more of a platform, if that is going to help me put this information and reach others or more people, then yes, please do that. In fact, if you do anything, I'd rather you share this information, because I want to make sure that it's getting out there. I don't want anyone on the other end to stop my videos, or to keep me, keep my videos and the things that I say and do from getting out there. So if you could like, share, and subscribe, that would help out, because I am trying to find a way to get to a better place. Not even just physically, well, not just emotionally and mentally, but physically as well. And my physical and emotional and mental health is actually not the issue. For all that has happened to me, I am not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm impressed by the fact that my mental, emotional, and physical state is unscathed. Like, it's almost like there's not a scratch, you know. It's like all these things that people have tried to do, it didn't do what they wanted. They wanted to push me into being somewhere where, you know, I'm unable to access literally anything. They pretty much want me in some kind of a room with no windows and locked doors, and only the outside person has a key, and I can't get out unless somebody allows me to get out. That's what it seems like they want. They either want me that way or they want me 6 feet under. So, but like I said, God has the ultimate say, and I rely on God's protection and the angels and ancestors and anyone he sends my way to protect me. It's been me and him, because I know that God wants me to live. God knows that I have a purpose. God knows that my kids have a purpose. So I consider God to be my dad, my legit father. It's almost like I skip the human version that you're supposed to be able to go to, and I just deal directly with God, because I know that he actually wants me here more than anybody else that I come in contact or anyone that tries to come around me. Is the proof that it's proof that I'm supposed to be here. And the same way there are warnings that those around me that are doing the mean, malicious things that they have been doing for years, they've been warned to stop several times, over and over again. But they keep doing what they're doing. And so now God's going to stop them. And then, I mean, there's nothing they or anyone would be able to do. So just know that I may not be able to see exactly what others are able to see on their end when they're watching me, when they're listening. I may not know exactly who is behind all of this or who was the mastermind for all of this. I may not exactly know who, but I do know quite a few individuals that's involved, and it's people who are supposed to have your back. It's people who were supposed to love you, and it were people that was supposed to protect you. And it's a shame, because once I do find a way to leave, once I do find a way to escape it all, I'm not coming back ever again.